Hello, Namaskar. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Gaurav's Tech Talk. So this is final video regarding cloud computing, where I'm going to discuss about three market players, that is Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, and Google Cloud Platform. So our agenda for this will be the overview of all three uh, players, that is Amazon Web Service, Microsoft Azure, and Google Cloud, or three service providers. Features comparison, pricing and cost structure of all three. What are the global reach and availability, security and compliance, support and ecosystem, strength and weaknesses of all these three uh, cloud service providers, AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud, choosing the right cloud provider for our needs. Then conclusion. So overview of AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud. AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud are the three most used cloud platform. So we'll see the closer look at them. So this is like one diagram shows Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, and Google Cloud Platform. So what is AWS? That is Amazon Web Services was the first cloud computing platform launched in 2006 and is the market pioneer and leader in the cloud computing with a global network of data centers that offers infrastructure as platform, software as services, platform as services, infrastructure as a service, software as a service, platform as a service through this Amazon Web Service cloud platform. Key services, compute, Amazon, that how what are the computation that it will do. So that compute will be done through this Amazon EC2, Elastic Compute 2, and AWS Lambda, AWS Fargate. So these are the for computation purpose. These services, these things will be used. Storage is named as Amazon S3, Amazon EBES, Amazon AWS Backup, and the database and data management. There is Amazon RDS, Dynamo Database, Amazon Redshift, and AWS Glue. These are the names of the software which will be used for the database and data management. Then networking and content delivery, Amazon VPC, Virtual Private Computer, AWS Direct Connect, Amazon CloudFront. So these are the some name of the software which will provide the networking and content delivery. Monitoring and security, AWS CloudTrail, AWS IAM, AWS WF, AWS Shield. So this is for the monitoring and security. These are the software that Amazon Web Services provided for monitoring and security. And artificial intelligence and machine learning, they were started with Amazon SageMaker, AWS Lex, AWS Recognition. This is not a spelling mistake. They have given the name as REKOGNITION. Migration and hybrid cloud, AWS Snowball, AWS Migration Hub, AWS Outpost. Development and DevOps, AWS Code Pipeline, AWS Code Deploy, AWS Cloud Formation, application services such as AWS Step Functions, AWS App Runner, AWS Elastic Beanstalk, and the mobile and edge computing, they have AWS App Sync, AWS Wavelength, AWS IoT Core. So these are the key services provided by Amazon Web Services. So Amazon Web Services offers hundreds of services, but these categories highlight some of its most widely used solutions. But apart from this, also there are other services are provided, but these are the most widely used solutions. So Microsoft Azure, formerly known as Windows Azure, was publicly available in 2010 and widely used by businesses to host application, data analytics, IoT, and machine learning. It's particularly strong in enterprise computing and appeals to companies already using Microsoft technology. Microsoft Azure will be best used with the Microsoft ecosystem when they have Windows, all services provided by the Microsoft. So if that in that they have started with their own cloud computing platform, that is Microsoft Azure. So these are again they are providing, and their name will be different. With that compute, they have Azure virtual machines, Azure Kubernetes services, Azure functions, networking, Azure virtual network, Azure load balancer, Azure express route, storage and database, Azure blob storage, Azure files, Azure Cosmos DB database, Azure SQL database, artificial and machine learning. There are Azure machine learning, Azure conjugative services, Azure board services, IoT and edge computing, Azure IoT hub, Azure sphere, Azure edge zones, security and identity management, Azure Active Directory AD, Microsoft Defender for cloud, Azure Key Vault, monitoring and management, Azure Monitor, Azure Security Center, Azure Automation, developer tools and DevOps like Azure DevOps, Azure Logic Apps, Azure API management, hybrid and multi-cloud, Azure Arc, Azure Stack, Azure Site Recovery. So these are the solutions provided by the Microsoft Azure within their own ecosystem. Google Cloud Platform is Google's suite of cloud computing services launched in 2008. GCP offers the same infrastructure that Google uses for its own products such as Gmail and YouTube, which makes it particularly attractive to companies focusing on big data and AI application. Mostly software as services is more popular services provided by Google Cloud Platform. So again, they have again same like compute, Google Compute Engine, Google App Engine, Google Cloud Run, Google Kubernetes engines, Anthos Cloud Run, that is for container and Kubernetes, storage and database, Google Cloud Storage, Cloud SQL, Bigtable, Firestore, networking and content development, Google Virtual Private Cloud, Cloud CDN, Cloud Interconnect, Big Data Analytics, BigQuery, Dataflow, Dataproc, Pub and Sub, Artificial Intelligence, Machine Learning, Vortex AI, AutoML, TensorFlow Enterprises, Monitoring and Security, Google Cloud Operations Suite, Security Command Center, Identity Aware Proxy, IoT and Edge Computing, Cloud IoT Core, Edge TPU, Cloud Functions, Developer Tools and DevOps, Cloud Build, Artifact Registry, Firebase, Cloud APIs, Hybrid and Multi-Cloud, Google Anthos, Migrate for Compute Engine, Bare Metal Solutions. So these are services provided by Google Cloud Platform. All three provides all kind of services, but based on the features and based on the ease of usage, uh, user chooses their different kind of services by the different cloud service provider. So compute service, so already we have discussed for AWS, these are the compute services, these are the from Azure, these are the services. GCP, so Google Cloud Computer, you can have, you can see that they will have less compute service, App Engine, Docker, Container Registry, Instant Group, Compute Engine, Graphics Processing Unit, Knative Kubernetes functions. So in compute service, AWS and Azure gives more kind of compute service. GCP gives, but comparatively less. You can see with that. So infrastructure as service, AWS is more, and this is because cross-platform we can use AWS. Azure is only for the Windows ecosystem, like Microsoft ecosystem. You have to have Microsoft Windows operating system, then there only Google Cloud suite there should be there. Everything should be from the Microsoft only. Then we can use their all features. Storage services again for AWS, and you can see with Azure you will have simple storage services, elastic block storage, elastic file system storage, gateway, snowball edge, snowmobile, and in Azure blob storage, cloud storage, partition disk transfer, appliance transfer service, queue storage, file queue storage, file storage, disk storage, data lake store. So but only thing is that it will be only work with the Windows or Microsoft ecosystem. Cloud storage, persistent disk transfer application, appliance transfer service. Even the Google provides the cloud storage, like now they are providing for Gmail or any other services if you want. So that also that is provided by the Google also. AIML, artificial intelligence and machine learning, again you have more in the AWS. There are less services in the Azure, and AIML have more services in the Google Cloud Platform. And database services, again, Azure have more, but only that is class. It should be the Windows. So they have MySQL database, Postgres data warehouse, Cosmos DB, table storage. So everything is SQL database cloud, SQL cloud backtable. Here they have Aura DB, RDS, DB, Elastic Cache, Redshift, Neptune database, migration services. Here I have cloud, SQL cloud, Bigtable cloud, a spanner, cloud data store. So backup services, Glacier is the service name, and they will also have the some services name. A strength, serverless computer, we have Lambda serverless application ability. They will have functions, Google Cloud functions for the serverless computing. A strength, dominant market position, extensive mature offering, support for the large organization, global reach, flexibility, and wider range of services. Second largest provider, integration with the Microsoft tools and software. Broad feature set, hybrid cloud support for open source, ideal for startup and developers. Google Cloud, designed for cloud native business, commitment to open source and portability, flexible contracts, DevOps expertise, most cost efficient. So these are the strength of this. Security, networking, Amazon Virtual Private Cloud, Azure Virtual Network, Cloud Virtual Network with the Google. Security, AWS Security Hub is there, which will monitor about security and everything. And Azure Security Center, they will have data center which will monitor all the security features. Even Cloud Security Command Center will monitor all that. Location 77 availability zones within 24 geographic regions, presence in 60 plus regions across the world, that Azure. And Google Cloud is presence in 22 regions and 61 zones. So documentation, AWS has the best in the class, Azure is high quality, Google also have the documentation high quality. It's manual and all, it will be. So pricing, discount option, 1 year free trial along with discount of up to 75% for 1 to 3 years for the AWS. Azure up to 75% discount for a commitment ranging from 1 to 3 years. GCP credit of $300 for 12 months, apart from sustained use discount of up to 30%. Caching, they have Elastic Cache, they have Radius Cache, they have Cloud CDN for the Google Cloud. File storage, EFS, Azure Files, JFS, and Array, where it will store in the Google, it will store in the Cloud Center. So for AWS, it will EFS, Elastic File Storage, Azure Files, and that is zip file services and Array. DNS service, Amazon will have their own Amazon Route 53, Azure will have their own traffic manager, and Google have their Cloud DNS. Notification, Amazon simple notification service. Azure notification hub, Google will not have any kind of notification. Load balancing, Elastic load balancing for the Azure, Cloud load balancing for the Google Cloud. Automation, AWS OPS works. Azure automation will be done if it is connected with the internet. Compute engine management, it will complete connected with the internet. It will also get updated. Compliance, AWS Cloud HSM, Azure Trust Center, Google Cloud Platform Security. So they will make the whatever Google Cloud, they will make all the cloud services correctly done. So this, they have to make the compliance with the AWS Cloud HSM, Azure Trust Center, then Google Platform Security. We have to comply with their guidelines, then only they will provide all the features. Pricing and cost structure already we have seen, but again we will go further in detail. AWS follows a pay as you go pricing model, which means you only pay for the services you use. It also offers additional cost saving option. So reserve instance will be there, discount pricing for instance purchase in advance for 1 or 3 years assigned to a specific availability zone. A spot instance offers significant discount up to 90% off on demand prices for unused capacity, but instance can be interrupted. Surely that Google, because it is all done with the virtual, so they will create instances. Saving plans, flexibility pricing model that provides cost saving similar to the reserve instance but allows for more compute flexibility. AWS free tier offers 12 months for free access to 20 plus services and always free tier for certain low user services. And based on if you want higher, then you have to use the you have to pay for that. Pricing calculator, you can use AWS pricing calculator to calculate pricing per instance, types and services. So as pay as you go, that is only the cloud computing. This also have Microsoft Azure also offers a pay as you go model and offers various cost saving options like Azure Reserve Virtual Machine Instance, prepaid VMs for 1 or 3 years with a monthly payment option at no extra cost, or spot virtual machine, the discount available for a spare compute capacity, but instances can be reclaimed when demand increases. So when you want to extra space, they will give, but once their demand increases, they can reclaim also. Azure Hybrid benefit cost saving for Windows Server and SQL Server customer who bring their own premises license to the Azure. Azure free tier provides 12 months for free access to over 20 popular services and always free tier with the 65 plus services. Pricing calculator, they also have the unified calculator allowing you to estimate cost for multiple services in one place. Google Cloud pricing, Google Cloud also gives the same model, pay as you go model, and they have sustained use discount, automatic discount up to 30% for consistent use of virtual machine, preemptible VM, short-lived discounted VM similar to AWS Spot instance, Azure Spot VMs, terminated when capacity is needed. So you can get for the short term, and once the demand increases, they can reclaim back. Committed use contract discount of up to 57% for committing to 1 or 3 years of use. Google Cloud free tier includes $3 free credits for new customers and always free tier for various services. And also they have some free services there for the Google. But if you want more, then you have to pay. Pricing calculator, Google Cloud provides a detailed pricing calculator with built-in cost optimization tool. So this is the comparative price table. So already what we have discussed, like a spot pricing discount, AWS spot instance up to the 190%, a spot VMs Azure they will give, preemptive VMs Google Cloud will give sustained discount, no automatic discount, no automatics in Azure also, but Google Cloud give up to 30% on based on usage. Reserve in an instance which you can reserve for 1 or 3 year reserve instance. Same with the Azure, same with the Google Cloud. Hybrid discount, no direct hybrid discount. Azure hybrid benefits for Windows and SQL service servers. Here also hybrid discount is not there in Google Cloud. Here free tier is 12-month free tier, always free services. They will give free for 12 months. Some free will they will give, but some services always free. 12-month free tier, always free services will be free only. 300 free credits plus always free tier. Pricing calculator, per instance cost estimator, unified calculator for Azure, detailed calculated with cost tools in Google Cloud. So this is comparative pricing table. Global reach and availability. So global reach refers to the network of resource and data center that are accessible around the globe, and availability means that system remains operational even during the disruption or peak traffic. So we'll see that all three providers how they globally reached. So AWS global infrastructure. AWS has an extensive global infrastructure. It has 36 launch regions, 114 availability zones, and over 700 CloudFront points of presence with 13 regional edge caches. It is also planning to build more availability zones in 4 more regions. Microsoft Azure global infrastructure has over 60 Azure regions, over 300 data center in Azure global infrastructure. It allows users to store data in their nearest region to reduce latency. Google Cloud global infrastructure services are available in over 200 countries and territories across 41 regions, 124 zones, and 187 network edge location. Its global network connect its infrastructure to more than 3.2 million kilometers of terrestrial and subsea fiber. You can use it Google Cloud Region Picker tool to pick a region that considered carbon footprint, price, and latency. So all three have the good global reach and availability based on the requirement, based on the features which you want we have to use that can be used. Security and compliance. AWS provide comprehensive security framework with built-in tools for access management, threat detection, and compliance. It offers two primary security services like AWS Identity and Access Management, that is IAM, enables fine-grained access control by the allowing infrastructure to define who can access what resource based on roles and policies. Again, AWS Shield protects against denial of services and distributed denial of services attacks to ensure maximum application availability and responsiveness. So in addition, AWS support 143 security standards and compliance certificates, including HIPAA, Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act for handling healthcare data, GDPR, General Data Protection Regulation, ensuring data protection and privacy in the European Union, SOC.1, SOC2, SOC3 reports, violating internal security controls. These compliance certificates provide third-party validation for thousands of global security requirements, reducing your operational burden. So this is the AWS security. Microsoft Azure. Azure offers robust security tools for identity management, threat protection, and compliance. Microsoft Intra ID Safeguard organization with cloud identity and access management solution. It provides a central location to manage all identities, risk-based conditional access policies, a strong authentication to protect data and resources. Microsoft Defender for Cloud, a cloud security posture management tool that provides real-time security insight into hybrid and multi-cloud environment, detects threats and vulnerability to reduce exposure to attacks. So Azure has also has over 100 compliance certification, including region-specific certification and 35 industry-specific compliance certification, including health and finance. They will comply with all those regulations. Google Cloud Security. Google Cloud offers a trusted cloud infrastructure that builds security through several layers. Their team is available 24/7 to respond to infrastructure threat, providing continuous monitoring and rapid response. This secure infrastructure covers secure deployment of services, safe storage of data, encrypted communication between services over the internet. To strengthen security further, Google Cloud provides identity and access management and encryption option, including encryption at rest. Google encrypts all customer content automatically without requiring the user to take any action. The cloud key management service also enables user to create and manage their own encryption keys for additional security. Encryption in transit. Google encrypts data in the transit when it moves outside physical boundaries that Google does not control. Google Cloud also complies with major security certificates, including ISO 27001, HIPAA, and PCI DSS, ensuring data protection and regulatory compliances. So these are the security and compliance comparison table, so which we have already discussed. So this is the same in that table. It is there. Support and ecosystem. So AWS offers extensive documentation to support users, covering everything from user guides and code samples to SDKs, toolkit, API, and CLI references. It also provides hands-on tutorials, expert-written blog posts, reviewed answer articles, and videos to ensure we have access to the best resources. AWS offers premium support plan for developers, businesses, and enterprises for more personalized support. These plans vary based on case severity, architectural guidance, proactive programs, self-service options, technical account management, billing assistant, and third-party software support, among other factors. Beyond technical resource, AWS built a strong community that offers opportunity to connect regionally and participate in events like AWS Hack Day. These community activities help us network with like-minded professionals, share ideas, and collaborate on innovative cloud solutions. Azure provide developer standard and enterprise service support plans, which are differ based on scope, ICP supports, billing, and technical assistance. These plans include documentation and online self-help, a community forum on MSDN, best practice recommendation, access to personalized service, health desk dashboard. In addition to support services, Microsoft Azure offers integration services to build solutions that connect applications and services both on premises and in the cloud. Google Cloud Customer Care is part of Google Cloud Services that streamline cloud support by providing access to documentation, community support, billing support, and active assist recommendation. It offers multiple support packages including a standard support, enhanced support, and premium support, which differ based on pricing and response time, serviceability and support language, technical and third-party technology support. In addition, support offering including 24/7 coverage, phone support, and access to technical account service for better customer experience. We can even use its integration connector to connect to various data sources and applications without requiring protocol specific knowledge. So, a strength and weaknesses of AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud. So, AWS has been market in the longest, and some of its key strengths are following. They have built up an impressive collection of tools and services. It has huge community of developers using AWS, so we can easily find help when needed. Their flexibility is great too, whether you are a small startup or a huge corporation, AWS can scale to meet your needs. Whether we are a small startup or huge corporation, AWS can scale to meet our needs. The strength of Azure. Azure is designed with enterprise in mind, making its preferred choice for business that already use Microsoft products. So it has a strong enterprise focus, which makes its preferred choice for large organization. It offers hybrid cloud support to allow integration with on-premises resources. It offers native support for Windows, NetSQL Server, and Microsoft 365, benefiting organizations already using Microsoft technology. Uh, a strength of Google Cloud. Google Cloud is a leader in AI, machine learning, and high performance computing, making it ideal for data-driven use cases. It provides cutting-edge AI/ML tools like Vertex AI, TensorFlow, and Gemini. It also provides high-performance computing capabilities through Google Compute Engine. It provides access to superior network infrastructure with a global network and content delivery capabilities. Weakness of AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud. AWS pricing complexity is common criticism, as understanding different pricing models and calculating cost can be challenging. Azure, the platform, has steep learning curve, making it difficult for new users to adapt quickly. Google Cloud, compared to AWS and Azure, Google Cloud has fewer enterprise customers, which may raise concern about community support and industry adoption. Google Cloud have more kind of general users than the enterprise users. Choosing the right cloud provider depends on your application needs, such as size, budget, constraint, and the resource required. Here is a quick comparison to help you decide. Choosing the right cloud provider depends on your application needs, such as size, budget constraint, and the resource required. So we'll see that comparison, which will help you to decide which cloud platform you can use. So, like best for broadcast range of cloud services, AWS is best choice. Azure has strong offering but fewer services than AWS. Specialize in AI/ML rather than broad services. So if you want a broad range of cloud services, AWS is the best choice. A scalability and global reach, high scale level with a vast global network. So in this, all three are same: a scalable, a strong hybrid cloud support, a scalable with a high performance global network. So global cloud also is. So a scalability and global reach, all three cloud platforms are okay. Hybrid cloud on-premises integration. So AWS supports hybrid but not as seamless as Azure. Azure, if you are using all that Microsoft technologies, then it will seamlessly, it will give the best for hybrid cloud with Azure, Arc, and Microsoft tools. So Google Cloud also limited hybrid cloud capabilities because it will always like giving that not on premises, only in cloud it will be better. So Microsoft ecosystem compatibility, surely it will be Azure only, because if you are using Microsoft compatibility, so AWS and Google will not give that much. Limited integration with Microsoft tools, minimal Microsoft integration. So you have to use Azure if you want Microsoft ecosystem compatibility. AI and machine learning. So here AWS also have solid AI/ML offering, SageMaker, Bedrock. A strong AI services, Azure, OpenAI, Cognitive Services. Best choice leading AI/ML tools, Vertex AI, TensorFlow, Google Cloud. Big data analytics, here also all three are the same. Amazon Redshift and AWS Analytics Services, Azure Synapses Analytics for big data processing. Best choice for Google BigQuery is in industry leading. So based on your need, you can choose the right cloud platform. Enterprise and compliance meet a strictly security compliance standard AWS based for large enterprise and industry compliance. Compliance is strong, but adoption is lower than AWS and Azure. So enterprise and compliance needs, if you want, then Google Cloud is little bit lower than AWS and Azure. Cost and price flexibility, complex pricing but flexible cost saving options are there in AWS. Uh, for Azure, transparent pricing with discount for long-term use. Competitive pricing, automatic sustain use discounts. So based on pricing and all, Google Cloud is the Google Cloud and Azure is better than AWS. So the best cloud provider depends on your specific project requirements, existing technology stack, and expertise. If you are looking to depend your knowledge of cloud computing and gain hands-on experience, check out this beginner friendly learning tracks. This is AWS Cloud Practitioner CLF C02, ideal for understanding AWS fundamentals and preparing for certification. Microsoft Azure Fundamentals, a great starting point for learning Azure and its cloud solutions. Introduction to Google Cloud, perfect for exploring Google Cloud core services including data analytics and AI. And no matter which cloud platform you choose, understanding its strength, pricing structure, and use cases will help you make an informed decision that align with your business and technical needs. So hope it will be helpful to choose the right kind of Google Cloud, right kind of cloud platform services. All three are having the different kinds of pros and cons. Most user related services provided by Google Cloud, like Gmail, you have Drive, you have on online, different online services are there, like Google Document, spreadsheets. So all that will be using Gmail, using that Google. Even though Google App Engine will be, which will be very useful for making all application, running application and deploying it instantly. So that also is good platform as a services, and as a user services, that is good. Infrastructure as services, for the Microsoft technology, Azure is best. For any other cross platform, AWS is the best. So AWS in infrastructure as services, if you have to use that, AWS is best. And if you are using Microsoft technologies, you are good in Microsoft technologies, or we are good at Microsoft technologies, then Azure also we can use for the infrastructure service, platform as service, and all other services. Google is the platform, and user service, software as services is the Google is the best one among them. So hopefully I think it will helpful to compare and analyze all three uh, cloud cloud platform services. So I think this is the end of cloud computing topics, and hopefully it will be helpful for moving forward with this moving forward with this cloud computing technologies, understanding the basic. I hope I covered and try to give some perspective of what the three service provider that Google, uh, three cloud platform provider, how they perform, how what is their features, what are the things, everything. So that will helpful to choose right kind of Google service, right kind of cloud service platform. Sorry for always repeating Google. Thank you. Thank you for having patience and listening to me. And now this will be end of the Google Cloud Computing videos. Thank you. And please like it, share it, and subscribe it. And I will try to more frequent in that my Gaurav Tech Talk channel. And please support me. Thank you.